Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Thursday evening here with Tim Tompkins and Rex Jones. How are we doing tonight?
We are now live. Welcome to episode 52 of The Gray Area. We keep on putting in the work, and we're getting good results out of it.
Yes, we are.
Good to be here tonight.
On the up and up, guys. And everybody who's here to support us, it does not go unnoticed, and we appreciate every piece of feedback that you guys give. We currently have a new producer in the house that is helping us.
King Wes
now. We did send out a post a couple days ago. We got a lot of people back. I couldn't get back to everybody, but I pretty much kind of went with the first ones that I saw. I appreciate everybody who did reach out. Wes is going to be our guy right now on the producing. Andrew's still going to be working with us.
Yep.
He's not gone. He's
That's
still
right.
here. But in the midst, this is his first night doing switching. Okay. So you guys need to be patient with us tonight. If anything goes wrong,
I think it's going to go great.
I think it's going to go great as well.
Yeah.
We've been practicing. Wes has been practicing. So he'll get the hang of it in no time. But I wanted to throw him in the deep end and let's get it going. So
we're all having fun in the shark pit. Welcome to the show tonight. We got, a fun news blitz selection for you. A lot of really interesting topics. We got Epstein news. We got State of the Union coverage, even though that was kind of a dud. Right? I mean,
I didn't see it, honestly.
Oh, I saw it. I watched the whole thing.
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah, I sat here on stream with Anthony Graff.
Was it worse than the World Economic Forum?
Yeah, probably because it was less, culturally or politically relevant. I mean, what it was essentially, at least to me, and, I'm sure you've seen the clips coming out of it, it was basically Trump deflecting from any real accountability on the actual State of the Union by going, "We beat them at hockey, isn't it incredible? look at these men. Aren't these men handsome?" And that's basically what it was. And they brought the guy up who served in the Venezuela operation, and he was a helicopter pilot. He got his legs all shot up. He kind of looked like a space marine. He's like a giant, like kind of jacked, but like gaunt looking guy. And people were like, don't you dare criticize this man. This man's a hero. And heroic service, very cool. But there's just a lot of hero worship going on. And ultimately, we're there to talk about the country, right? You're supposed to tell us what's going on. And to me, it was just kind of a deflection from what actually needed to be talked about. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Has a habit of doing that, doesn't he?
Yes.
He's the master manipulator.
Yeah.
I got to give him credit where credit's due. Like,
sure.
I mean, you can straight up lie to people's faces. You can straight up gaslight people, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. And you kind of just like forget about it at the end of the day, right?
I mean, you just, I guess you just typed it into X or whatever. I'm just going to read this post. We don't have to show it. And it has 9.6K likes. Okay. It has 111,000 views. Holy effing hell. Last night wasn't a State of the Union. President Trump turned the House chamber into a Sun Tzu masterclass in psychological annihilation. And it's like, what? Like, what world do these people live in, man? And it's quotes from Sun Tzu, and this AI helped him write it or whatever. It's just, I don't get the Trump worship.
If you know the enemy, you know yourself.
Man.
And you do not need to fear the result of 100 battles.
Well, it's like, we're about to literally go to battle. We're about to literally go into a war. And it's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I don't think it's enough for you to have all the sports teams up there. I'm sorry that I demand real accountability for my vote.
You see, it's a game for people.
Sure.
Like this stuff is entertaining. It's like watching the Kardashians live.
That's the best way to put it. I had that exact thought myself. And it is the Kardashians. It's reality TV. It's they're going to stand up and they're going to sit down. And that's what people are worried about.
Hey,
right?
Actually, you know what? Let me see how many people. I wanted to cover that video of the State of the Union. We got almost 100 people.
No, you can just go ahead and play it, right?
Connection was disconnected. Hold on. Let's make sure that your stream is still working on X here.
That would be fun.
That would be fun for it to not be working.
We love it. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Gray Area. The Gray Area is a long format, 2 to 3 hour broadcast we do on Thursday and Sunday. Very fun. We have the best guests, the best information.
Did it really cut out here?
Did it?
Let me see.
Okay, we're
on Rex's account.
We're still live on my account.
Okay, it's just my computer, my phone acting up. Okay, I just wanted to make sure everything was good. Okay, we're good.
Well, that's excellent.
So, yeah, I think there's enough people here. Do you want to cover the first video that you have, or go into the
Let's
State of
go
the
to the
Union?
list. Let's do the news blitz. It's been a while since we've done that.
Okay.
Let's go to.
Well, I want to do the top 5 moments later when we
No,
have
I
some
got
more
you. Let's
people
go to
in
the
here.
dog show. Let's go to that Owen Schroyer post, the congressional dog show, because this is what's really important. This is what the tax dollars feed into. This is like the real smart people, the ones that fix society. This is how they're doing it right now. This is how they're getting the poison out of the food, how they're ending the wars. You know, everything we voted for. Let's go ahead and get that up.
You know, it's very interesting.
Okay, we got it. Oh, isn't it cute? Isn't it cute and cuddly?
Let me see some audio. I can't hear anything. Is there even any audio?
I don't think there's audio.
Oh, there's no audio to this one?
Yeah. Well, maybe there is. I'm not sure. But if you check that out, you got the morbidly obese English bulldog in the cart. No, that's your congressperson, and you know they're supposed to be looking out for you, taking care of you, stopping the war situation that's going on right now. But they're not going to do that because you see they make hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of dollars in the stock market or lobbying or you know just waiting to get a job.
So what is this? I'm confused. They just having a dog show?
Yeah,
That's
this
it?
is what they do. This is this is what they do with our time. Okay, it does have audio.
It does, but it's the audio button down there in the X. It always forces the mute. So on the next one, Wes, you just got to unmute that button in the bottom right corner there.
But don't you think that's good, Tim, with the dogs? Don't you think that's what we need?
That's more what we need, you know, more distractions.
Well, the thing
more
is,
puppies.
Well, the thing is like my point with all this, if we can go back to it, what do these people actually do? I don't think they have real jobs. I think the law passing and all of it is mostly theater. I don't think they write the bills. I think, you know, someone else is writing a bill for them and they just put their name on it and file it in, right? And I guess you stand up, you sit down, depending on whatever speech it is or political thing to show solidarity, and then you toe the party line, and it's a uniparty. They're 100%. Interested in the same thing. So why wouldn't you just have a dog party?
Go ahead and pull it back up, Wes. I want to see it one more time. I'm gonna read some comments too because it's been a minute since I feel like I've seen you guys. All right, let's see what we got. We got Coop, which I think is Honey Badger, right?
Yes, it's Honey Badger. I'm gonna check on the stream.
New Groper says it's working. Xstream is broken right now. It's broken on his phone. Yeah, it is. All right, so it is broken for your phone.
For some people, I'm live. I can see.
You can see it.
Yeah, I can see it on my phone. So I don't know. Having fun tonight, exploring some of the technical limitations of our society.
No, X finally got to the point where it's kind of working to where the streams now are posting themselves, but now there's more glitches on top of things.
Right.
I cannot stand the app sometimes. Let me just see real quick on here and see if you're up.
Well,
oh, you're up.
Here,
okay.
Let's just go back to the clip list.
All right.
So you want to just go ahead and show what you want to show?
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull up this top 5 moments of the State of the Union. First one on there. You know, I didn't. Everyone kind of told me not to watch it. You guys in the chat, did you guys watch the State of the Union? Let us know how you felt about that. For me, it wasn't something of substantial. Yeah, let's go ahead and watch this top 5 moments. Unmute the audio on there, Wes. Give me one second. I'm not hearing any audio. Did you make sure when you share your tab that you're sharing audio? Give me one second. Like I said, guys, Wes is going to be our new switcher. I'm threw him into the fire here to get him on the first time. Go ahead and switch back to us real quick, and we'll see if we can get your audio fixed.
Yeah, we're just figuring things out.
We're just figuring things out. This is a stream. It's supposed to be a light stream, nothing too heavy. I just want to get everybody as acclimated since we do now have a new person that's helped. Wes, when you go share your screen and you share your tab, make sure that audio button is actually toggled. So if we, you know, next to the icon for the gear, there's a share screen button, and then when you share a tab, just make sure your audio is shared for that tab. And then Andrew, you can also have the video pulled up just in case. All right, so let's go back to what we were talking about. So, um, we are going to talk about this Sunday. We've got who coming on? We've got Kyle Sirhan,
We've got Kyle
Seraphin. That's his.
Seraphim. It's like seraphim, like the angel, but with the N instead of an N. So Kyle Seraphim, he's an FBI whistleblower. All right.
Explain that to me. What? I'm going to have him explain, of course. Too,
I believe it related to the FBI's legal. Uh-oh.
Ooh, I hear myself. Okay, we're good.
I believe it relates to the FBI's illegal spying on people that were going to school board meetings. I think it has something to do with the persecution of Catholics that was happening under Joe Biden. Under Joe Biden, I'm not exactly sure, but he's tapped into a lot of different things. He's got a lot of really good sources. He's a very frequent Alex Jones guest. He goes on the Alex Jones show all the time. It's going to be really fun to have him on. And, I think it's kind of a thing as to where I want to ask him more questions about the bureaucracy and how it works, because you think about a giant three-letter agency or system, and like I don't know, I've seen Criminal Minds, right? I've seen like Law and Order SVU, Miami Vice, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't necessarily, actually begun to figure out how those organizations actually operate. Getting some feedback in my ear.
That's from West Friend.
Gotcha.
There we go. Okay, cool. Andrew, go ahead and pull up that clip. Cool. And like I said, growing pains, guys, nothing to worry about. Like I said, we threw him into the deep end tonight. Nothing wrong. We're still trying to get everybody acclimated to the new system here. But
I'm having fun. Here's the deal, guys. Anything you put in the chat, any question you put into the chat that's reasonable, we'll take it right now for free. How many of these bloated whales like Tim Pool, how many of these people charge you, if it's not $50, it's not going to help me at the poker table, so I'm not going to accept it? Just ask his questions for free. We're having fun here, trying to work on some technical stuff. Give us some feedback. We'll give you some feedback.
New Groiper says he's been sick this week. What have I
Everyone's
missed?
been sick.
Yeah, it's been going around the entire United States.
I still have like a cough. It's awful.
Okay, Andrew's got this video pulled up. Let's go ahead and try to play this, Andrew. State of the Union top 5 moments. I'm still not hearing audio. Is that just me?
No, I'm not getting it either. Maybe it's the audio input. Maybe it's the audio input on our end. Maybe it might be our.
There we go. I hear something now.
What was the change,
Andrew? What did you change there? You got a walkie-talkie, yes. You on walkie-talkie. Oh,
on the screen share.
That's okay. So that's a new technology. Growing pains. Nothing to do with anybody. Nobody did anything wrong.
Made it worse. Wonderful.
Okay. Awesome. All right. We'll show Wes that next time. No problem. All right. Go ahead and share this video. Let's go.
Let's watch the important stuff. 1:30.
So he's holding a sign.
All right, can we pause it? Okay, so
he's holding a sign there.
I think his name is Al Green. He's kind of known to stand up and like wave his cane and like yell at people.
Oh yeah, I see him every other month doing something wild in Congress. It's not.
Shout out to him. A grifter got a grift. It is what it is. Pimp got a pimp. You know what they say. But he's holding up the sign, and the sign is supposed to say, I guess, black people aren't apes, regarding like the AI video with Obama. But he's covering the A, so it says black people rent apes, which makes no sense. In all the photos they've taken, he's covering it with his hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where the meme potential is coming from.
So wild.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, there was a big amount of backlash. If you were on Instagram, oh man, everybody was pissed on there. On X, everybody's like, hey, it's not a big deal. It's like, depending on where you're looking at.
Well, I mean, it's crazy. Imagine you're like a 65-year-old like black lady, and you've like lived through all this shit, and then you see in the jungle, and you're like, okay, all right, I don't like this. So
you think he did it on purpose?
No, I think they just don't care. I just don't. I think they're like, oh, I'm going to take a screen recording and post it, and that's just their algorithm. I think their algorithm is probably racist. They're more racist than they are. It's kind of an accident.
All right, keep going, Andrew.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocked.
You can really notice the decline of the country, okay? Because here's the thing. There used to be kind of an appeal to normalcy and appeal to the system. Like, this is how politicians, this is how America functions, this is how we have the checks and balances of powers. And like, you remember that, right? Like,
oh yeah.
Like, think about
last time we got that was pre-2016. I'm gonna be honest.
Think about Obama Romney.
Oh, it was so polite.
And think now we got this, and I get it's always been evil and corrupt and whatever. It shows that they don't care about what the public thinks anymore.
Maybe I should do a deep dive on the progression of the wildness from what it used to be like, and then kind of the transition to what it's like now.
That would be an excellent deep dive. And it's just, they're all clip farming, man. Like he's like, this is gonna do good on Too Social when I tell her she should be ashamed for being a fat pig. And then she's screaming because she's trying to clip farm. She's trying to make new political ads. And it's just, here's the thing.
Who can mog better?
Yeah, they're in a mog off. They're having a mogging competition. That's an excellent way to put it. But all of these people, all of these entrenched powers, and even people like the squad, like Ilhan Omar, they're all there to be a part of the political system, right? And it's like, I was on the Nimrod pod yesterday. I was talking to the guys, and they were asking me questions about RFK. And they're like, do you think RFK is blackmailed? Do you think he's controlled? And I was like, no, I think when they tell you it's time to get off the bench and play in the big game, that you kind of cooperate in whatever the big game is, right? It's like, you're a congresswoman, you're a senator, you're important, you're the president, you're this, that, the other thing. You can do whatever you want. What do you think?
Within reason.
Yeah.
I think
they don't act within reason.
I think within reason. Well, within reason is like, you can still, play the Kim Kardashian, keeping up with the Kardashian stuff and yell at each other. But if you start rocking the boat on like things that control real power,
absolutely.
I think somebody shows up to you.
Well, that's the thing is, like, we look at this and we're talking about it like, oh, they're crashing out. That's reality TV. They're little kids compared to the people that actually run the system. This is like the pre-K table.
Right.
And like that's what's really sad. When you think about people that are actually powerful in this country, it's people with billions of dollars. It's not these people. These people get replaced every 48 years, right? Unless, unless they're good.
100%.
Which case they stay. We'll go back to it.
The removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information. They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she was here? Pat.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Cut to us real quick. He's a funny guy no matter how I cut it. I mean, sure. Like, I don't support the behavior, but like, damn, it's like the sarcasm is just on point there.
Sure. And it's just like, oh no, girl, he got her. Like everyone in the audience is going crazy and like hooting and hollering and screeching. I here's my thing. Like, I've been watching this for a long time. I'm tired of it. Okay. Like, how many seasons of this TV show do I have to watch? And I get that it's
more
funny.
Slop,
yeah.
More slop, yeah. More slop.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the direction we've gone. So I don't know. I'm just kind of at a loss for words. I watched this whole thing. I watched it live. Go ahead.
And this all happened live too. It's just crazy. Keep going.
Yes, the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zaretska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina, fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. Mrs. Zaretska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
So you flee Ukraine, you come to America, you think you're going to be safe, you get ganked on a train, and then your mom, a year later, however long, it hasn't even been that long, damn, time flies, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, a short while after, your mom is going to be used as a political prop at the State of the Union. And like, this is my thing. This is what I have an issue with. People are like, that's a good message. Like, that person should get justice. And I agree. I think they should get the death penalty. But this is not this is not something that Trump is going to have an effect on. Trump's not going to stop all murder in the country.
He doesn't give two shits.
He doesn't care. Thank you.
He really
that's what I was
doesn't.
trying to say.
He really doesn't.
He could care less, right? And with the Venezuela guy, right? And I'm sure we'll play the highlight of that with the dude who looks like a super soldier. It's great that guy survived, heroic service, whatever. He's in the military. He wouldn't have been in that situation if we didn't go do that. So it's like, he barely survived the operation I initiated, and now I'm going to give him a medal for it. And it's just like I don't know how else I can put it. I'm sitting here.
Yeah, I sent him to the front lines to basically almost die, and
they shot the big bullets at him, the really big ones, and he survived.
Really big.
Yeah, and it's okay. All right, I'm yapping. It's just good grief. But go ahead and play the rest of it. Poor lady.
How do you not stand?
I think so.
How do you not stand? Here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
That's amazing. Yeah. What is it?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Pause it. Just look at this picture here.
It's very Roman in a bad way. All of it, the celebration of the bread and circuses, literally the Olympics, the celebration of the athlete, of the military man over any real substance policy, anything actually going on in the country. The president's job during this speech is he's supposed to inform people on the state of the country and what is going on. And instead of any of the substantive things like, the tariffs being struck down, the wars that are about to be started, the taxes that are being cut for the ultra wealthy, instead of that conversation, it's all a conversation on the periphery. It's all a conversation on the sizzle and not the steak.
Well, no, Rex, you're wrong. S&P 500 is at all-time highs.
That's right.
500 basis points higher.
Holy
you should
shit.
be paying attention to that. The S&P 500 is all-time highs.
Holy shit, I forgot. I forgot about the stock market.
You have Trump derangement syndrome.
Dude,
all-time highs.
Let's just do 10 Heil the stock markets right now, okay? Because that's what we have to do. Every morning when you wake up and every morning or every night before you go to bed, you have to pray to the stock market and you have to pray to Pam Bondi. You have to pray the Dow remains over 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we all need to do. And the president during the State of the Union, he should just bring all the sports teams out there. He should have the NBA, the NFL, the NHL, whatever he wants to have. And they should all in a chorus sing to the God of America money. And they should be like, please more money now. Please more money now. Let this scam continue. More
100%.
debt. They should pray to debt. That's what they should do. They should pray to debt.
But the problem I have with that picture there was like, if you just think about, these are the adults in the room. Like, guys,
They're little kids.
Rex, do you understand that they are older than me and your and mine's age combined together?
Yeah.
Right? And they're out there, USA, USA, USA. And then you just kind of realize that just because you look older on the outside does not actually equal maturity.
Yeah, people are people. Humans
People
are humans.
people, and people are flawed.
Yes.
So if it's possible for, we always talk about the 20-something-year-olds making a bunch of mistakes and things. Look, you don't just suddenly overnight become a new person and learn better morals and all these types of things. No, you take those with you as you get older.
Life's
and they
a
just
process.
they become more and more solidified. So whatever deep-rooted flaws that these people had at a young age, some maybe have done personal development, some probably definitely didn't. They carry that with them, and they basically feel like the same person they were all those years ago.
I think you go to Washington, D.C. to avoid personal development. I think you go there to develop contracts and connections. I think that's what these people are interested in, and it's the little kids table, right? Because like the cheapest thing in the world is a position, right? Because the position just belongs to someone else, and you're an empty suit. You just get put into that role. These people are just proud of their identity as politicos, as lawyers, really, ultimately as politicians, whatever you want to say. And they're happy, and they know they don't make any real policy, and it's kind of a cop-out on their end. They go, well, I'm a part of this evil, broken system that's starving the rest of the country and the constituents of the people I'm supposed to work for, but I'm an idiot, and I don't know anything about it. Therefore, I can get away with being in the system. I can live with it. I can compartmentalize.
Ooh, I got to play this clip. I'm sorry. This is out of order. I think there's this congresswoman that basically says Congress is basically a high school. This is it?
Yeah, that's the one you're looking for.
Have you seen this one?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Okay, let's just play this one for you guys here.
Throw it on the list.
Andrew, I'm going to throw this on the list here at the very top. This describes it perfectly. Ooh, that's terrible.
It's clear formatting.
The first one. Go ahead and play that video. It basically describes it perfectly that this is a high school. Congress is a high school.
Sure. And here's the thing. I see Rangers say great speech by Trump. Here's the thing is like, it's great in the sense that it's non-offensive and patriotic. Like I guess that's fine, but like this is
Pelosi didn't stand up.
This is the worst administration in American history based on promises made. Okay, I'm not saying it's the worst administration ever in case like passing laws or making things worse here. Okay, but as far as what they said they were going to do versus what they've been doing now, it's the worst administration in American history.
Yeah, it almost makes me forget, what did Biden run on?
He was America's dad. He was a return to decency. It was all anti-Trump. Biden was like, the affable grandpa that had a tacit connection to Obama. So he's not racist, but he's like one of the most racist people around.
Okay, I made the mistake. So I was still kind of like more left leaning at that time.
Or blue pill.
Yeah, I was more blue pill, right?
Right.
I made the mistake of thinking Biden was going to be the equivalency of Obama because they were in the same.
Well, that's what they were telling you. That was the
that
message.
Actually was the promise.
Yes.
And at that point, I thought Trump was just a little too radical for me, and I was like, well, maybe if we can get like a little more Obama-esque back in the presidential feel, we could do something. But it got 10 times worse.
Sure. And I mean, you look at 2019 and 2020, Trump governed horribly during those years, right? He didn't know how to respond to COVID.
Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't. I mean,
and this is where I had to give him grace at first, because I was like, well, he's never been in politics. He kind of came in. He just wanted to do something different, right? And then he had a bunch of people in his cabinet that basically steered him the wrong way, and he had a lot of snakes in the garden. I will say that.
Sure.
Right? But now he has no excuse. So
sure.
Go ahead and play this.
Didn't mean to step on your point. My bad.
No, you're good. No audio. Same thing. What even is that? Okay, go ahead and swap to Andrew's screen share on that. We'll go ahead and fix that.
I like it. It's kind of like the silent footage, like the first movies, they had no sound. So I mean, like, freeze frames are bad, man. Like, there's freeze frames of me that are horrible. Like,
man,
the penguin.
Okay, Andrew, go ahead and play this. Still no audio.
And we're cursed today. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Do you have assigned seats? And so when we get to the House floor, where do you how do you determine where you sit?
Okay.
Do you have assigned seating at the Capitol?
Okay, so we don't have assigned seating, but Congress is basically high school. So first of all, you get here for new member orientation. You do like a lottery to get your office. So kind of like how you got your dorm room in college. And then you join clubs. That's how you know who your friends are. And then on the House floor, there's no assigned seating, but like there is. And if you sit in the wrong spot, like literally today I had to tell one of our new members, you can't sit with us because he sat in a seat that was taken by somebody else.
Because it's kind of like a clique.
It's there are so many cliques here. Yeah, so we have like Pennsylvania corner, that's like the old white moderate guys. And then you've got California row. You've got the Congressional Black Caucus area. And then like the sort of like super mods sit right in the middle, right where like the Republicans also sit to like show that they're center.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because you can choose to sit anywhere, so the mods say, we're going to sit.
Oh my God, I live in a completely fake world made out of fake people that live in the Truman Show. Oh my God, it's so crazy. I'm a reporter that doesn't know anything about the world. It's so, they sit in the middle to block off the Republicans to show that they're cool. I mean, come on, man. Come on, bro. These people should all be homeless, okay? They should literally.
You can't sit here. We're the moderate club.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what you vote for, guys, whenever you vote for one of these people. And that's why, I'm glad we've kind of, we've accidentally migrated into the realm of local and state elections. That's why I care more about that than I care about something like this, because you can brainwash the lowest common denominator with ads to vote for these people. I don't know how you entrench someone that's like a district that had like millions of voters for a congressional seat or something like that.
Dude, honestly, not enough people talk about the state level. I bet it's the same nightmare. Maybe not as bad because you've got.
Well, I think you can punch through. I'm sure it's.
Maybe it's
bad.
not as bad.
Well, I mean, these people, like for every congressperson, they probably have like 30 handlers, right? They got like 30 people that are all like literally like NASCAR. Like they work for all the different companies.
I met some guy that basically is working for one of the House of Reps in Texas at the national level, and he's got like you said, like 4 guys that manage parts of Texas, and they've got people underneath them that basically do what you're talking about.
Sure.
It's wild. And it's like, you know what? At the end of the day, you just got to have a lot of money.
Yep.
You got to have a lot of money. You got to have connections. It's as simple as that. And you can buy your way into a congressional seat. You really can.
That's true.
That is the best part about this. There's no such thing as merit. It's whoever's popular.
And you think about it, and the amounts of money are not that large. Like it's been considered crazy that Byron Donalds has gotten like $40 million.
Well, what?
Like there are billionaires that will just throw that away.
Yeah.
Like
wait, that's his net worth is 40?
No, like for the campaign, like PAC money and stuff.
Okay, well,
like,
I mean,
but I'm just talking about the amount of money that's been spent, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think about this amount of money, and you're like, well, like there are really rich, powerful people who, to them, that's just a rounding error. Right. If it means you get the weapons contract, or it means you get the shipping contract or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's the donor is the guy who throws like, I'm going to throw $2 million. You make sure in some bill somewhere it has a nice little clause that basically helps me out.
But they're so cheap. That's my point.
You're right.
They sell out for basically nothing.
But for the average person, that's a lot, especially if you're thinking of the average salary of a congressional person is like $175, I think, around there.
Well,
you could still live off of that.
Sure, but you look at it as like there's like tiers to the economy, right? There's the lower economy where you exist, and hey, maybe if you do really well and you're really smart, you own a lot of like dental practices, or like you make it real big as a lawyer, maybe you can have $20-30 million. When you get up into, like the centennial, like millionaire or whatever it's called, like once you're over eight figures, right, or something like that, once you reach that stratosphere, you kind of don't have to deal with anything anymore. And then you're living in kind of like zero gravity world.
Yeah, you're in a whole nother planet.
Yeah, you're in a whole nother planet. So you get to then influence a system where you have people essentially fighting over scraps in a rat race that you control.
Well said.
Right?
Well said.
Yeah.
That is the higher level argument there.
For sure.
40 million liquid though, I believe it has to be 40 liquid.
Well, yeah, they're
But
gonna
it's not
spend it.
it's not coming directly from Byron himself. It's coming from all of his donors. Like you've got millions of people that basically that donate, and then you've got the big guys that donate. Because
Sure.
if he wins governor of Florida, just think about the amount of like influence that you would have at
Over
that point.
billions of dollars.
Because Florida is one of the top places where business is happening. It's got second most or third most billionaires in America right now currently, and
Wow.
Miami is the place to be if you're talking
Yes.
about wealth these days. So most billionaire, you'd be surprised. There are billionaires that have that liquid.
Definitely, but the thing is like if you have a bunch of assets, whether that's stock or real estate or whatever that you own, you can get loans and leverage debt against.
And
so you don't
often
actually have to spend money.
it is also, you can also get debt. You're right about that. Let's go ahead and play the clip. We want to talk about some Epstein stuff because we will not let this die.
We cover it a lot.
Trump's second victim. I don't even know if it's the second one. It's definitely multiple. It's the second one that I've clearly heard of at this point. Let's go ahead and play that clip here. Oh, before we start, this is basically a congressional hearing. This is part of the Hillary Clinton stuff that's going on. We haven't actually seen footage of Hillary's deposition yet because it hasn't started. I think it might be tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. And it's going to be just as long as Wexner's. Honestly, it might even be longer than Wexner's.
I thought she had already appeared. Has she not? Has she just been posturing and talking about it? I've seen a clip of her. I think I don't have it in here.
I don't think she actually spoke yet.
Oh yeah, it's pre-hearing.
This is pre-hearing
okay.
stuff.
Okay.
She's finally basically been subpoenaed to where she has no option but to speak.
Hey, let's just talk about this for a second, okay? And I know we want to play the clip and we want to get to it. So you're Trump, right? And you're because you'd be in jail. I'm gonna throw Hillary in prison. Hillary and Bill Clinton are evil. Blah blah blah. Of course, you're friends with them all throughout the 90s and the 2000s, but it's when you decide to run that y'all decide to fight, which I've always found to be very odd. But you're against them, you hate them, whatever. You run on in 2024, you run on releasing the Epstein files. You say you're going to do it. All the people that you appoint signal that they're going to do it. Do not let this go. The words of Dan Bongino. Do not let this go. And then you redact everything. You hide everything. You refuse to release names. You cover up more than half of the files. And now the people that you've beaten in an election, really 2 elections, you've beaten Hillary and Bill. They get an opportunity to come into Congress and say that you're the worst person ever in history. And then you can't say anything about it because you won't release the files. It's kind of a real...
So you're saying that like Hillary has the opportunity to throw him under the bus?
Yes.
Well, she wouldn't do that because everybody's in the same...
Well, I know, but what do they have to lose?
Like they're not
in office. They're old. So for them, they have,
I think they've got a lot to lose still.
Yeah.
I think
how are they going to lose money? How are they going to lose anything?
Well, I think when you start admitting things like that, there are other assets that you're talking about that you're trying to protect for your kids, businesses, those types of things, that you have a trickle down effect across the board. Like they have family and friends that they want to make sure don't get affected by this. Also,
I guess it's all a big club argument, and that makes sense. But it's still a thing as to where they're going to play the political game with it. They're going to get the sound bites out of it. They're going to threaten, and then Trump has to sit there like a cuck and not do anything about it. What's he going to do? He go, Hillary just lied at the deposition. She lied about me. She lied about the files. It's like, okay, Donald, why don't you release the files?
I don't even think he's going to speak on it.
I think that's more accurate.
Because if he speaks on it, then people are like, hey, what about you? Because you also were spoken about in these files as well. So why are we talking about Hillary? Why even Elon doesn't feel the need to address the files anymore as much as he used to?
Well, here's the thing. Whether it was on accident or whatever, I think Elon dodged it. I think he dodged the bullet. I don't think he was actually responsible for things because I don't think he got the chance to go to the island.
So, Epstein didn't want him on the island. So
are you retarded?
Yeah.
Epstein to Elon Musk.
Keep going. Go ahead and play this.
Yeah, I'll play the clip.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Robert Garcia. I am the ranking member for the Oversight Democrats. We're here today, of course, for 2 days of depositions of both Secretary Clinton and former President Bill Clinton. So I'm going to have some general comments. We will actually be back out here to answer any questions once we've actually started the depositions, but we wanted to make some brief comments right now, and then we'll go ahead and go in and start. Let me just begin by saying that Oversight Democrats, from day one, we have said that we want to talk to anyone, any person that has information about Jeffrey Epstein, about his crimes, about how he was able to get so much wealth. We will talk to any single person, whether that is a Democrat, a Republican, how much wealth they have, how powerful their position is. We want to talk to anyone. So we're happy to be here, and we're glad that both Secretary Clinton and former President Clinton are willing to talk to this committee. I also think it's important to note, I'm glad to see that we have our Republican colleagues here. As a big group of them, I wish they would have joined us at the Les Wexner deposition, but I'm glad that they're here now to get questions answered. That is an important part of our investigation. Let me just add that as it relates to Secretary Clinton, who's here today, she has been very clear. She's never met Jeffrey Epstein. We have no evidence of her having any interactions with Mr. Epstein. And so I think that's important to note as we walk into this deposition. But I also want to say, which I think is very important, that at this very moment, the Department of Justice continues to lead a White House cover-up. And we're going to be demanding, even over these next few days, that the remaining files that have not been released.
I just had a funny thought. Okay, so Epstein Island is like the Krusty Krab, right? Everyone wants to go there and get the Krabby Patty. And then Hillary Clinton, whatever Demon Island she's got, that's like the Chum Bucket. And no one wants to go there. So she was never at the Krusty Krab, so she can't be in trouble.
Can't be in trouble.
I'm sorry. She could. A little joke.
You know, it's interesting. Do you ever think they were really in love? Or you think there was just always just like some weird arrangement? Whoa, Rupert.
The dog.
Hold on. Give me one second.
Got the camera. To answer your question, I think it was definitely a weird arrangement. They probably fell in love with that weird arrangement, though, right? Like there are two people that were truly made for each other in every sense of the word. That's a little further, yeah, that's good. That's good right there. Excellent. Yeah, we got a big 120-pound dog in the studio. We turn on the dog cam, maybe? Okay. We got Mr. Rupert joining us now. We got Rupert in studio. But yeah, I think they were made for each other, man. I think that, it's just kind of a melding of demons at the end of the day. And I think, honestly, she was probably the real dynamo and animal. And he was kind of like the, kind of guy that just went along to get along. And he saw her as an opportunity to kind of be his queen behind the scenes and make things run well. And then she saw him as a figurehead, as to where like she wanted real political power. She always wanted to be that person. But I think Hillary has always known that she's deeply unlikable. Rupert, come on. Go sit over there. Come on, man. Come on. I think Hillary's always known she's very deeply unlikable.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the video real quick. Yeah, we'll throw on dog cam as soon as he actually goes and sits down on his bed. But right now he's just kind of staring at us. You guys can't see him.
He's a good buddy.
He's a good boy. Okay,
Please get released to the public, and that includes new files that were just discovered in the last couple days of a survivor that has made serious accusations and allegations against not just Jeffrey Epstein, but also against President Trump, and about abuse that she suffered when she was a minor. We have seen the DOJ files and the archive manifest that clearly shows that the interviews and information around this survivor have been removed and are missing from the DOJ files. Where are these files? Who removed them? Those questions have to be answered. What we have is a survivor that we have verified, that others have verified, and those files are missing. And it's not just those. It's an additional 50% of files that are missing. It is unconscionable, it is illegal, and Pam Bondi and the president need to answer to where those files are. And that's going to continue to drive our work, not just today, but every single day until we get justice for the survivors. I'm going to have some of our members here make a few comments as well.
Can you believe that? Cut back to us. Oh my!
Oh, did he break in?
I didn't catch that.
He broke into the studio.
Okay, this is Rupert, guys.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, you got to get out of here, man.
Give me 1 second.
Come back to the video real quick. Come back to the video real quick. We're gonna have to wrangle him out of here. Okay, get out. You got to get out of here, Rupert. Come on.
Oh, you're too big, dude.
Come
on. Go ahead. Play it.
Thank you. It is abundantly clear that this is the most egregious cover-up in American history. The recent reporting by the New York Times, NPR, and other media outlets that have verified this, demonstrating that the Department of Justice, in addition to violating the law over and over again, as they refuse to release the full and unredacted files, have withheld 50 pages of allegations against President Trump. This cover-up needs to end immediately. I am glad that we are here today as part of this ongoing investigation, because we will accept any information that anybody can give us about Jeffrey Epstein's vast child sex trafficking operation. I just want to say that young people in this country are watching right now. If the most powerful people in the United States of America, the elite and rich and powerful men and women, are able to get away with these heinous crimes, then we are sending a horrible message to young people in this country that powerful people will always protect themselves and the rule of law does not apply to everyone. So I look forward to the next 2 days.
Go ahead and cut back to us. So two very big things here, right? You've got the fact that there's another victim that basically probably has even worse crimes committed against her from Trump and Epstein, of course. That's been significantly redacted. And then the 50% number is something I can't wrap my head around. Like, how are they allowed to not release another 50% when it's literally right there? Do they not understand they're digging themselves a hole each roadblock that they throw up for Congress? Well, it becomes like they know it's a cat and mouse game.
Well, it's a very interesting thing, right? And this is what you got to think about. What could be in there that would be worth destroying the credibility of the entire Republican Party and Trump administration writ large? Like, why would they do this? Why would they hold back over half the files? Why would they redact all these names? If it's just a crazy accusation, you should be able to address it, right? And you should be able to make sense of it somehow. Ultimately, the PR argument from people like my dad and other people, which is like, Trump knows he's going to destroy a lot of people's lives. He doesn't want the information out there, and he's trying to make deals and more or less cover it up. That's the excuse that's given. It's like, he wouldn't be doing that if he wasn't implicated. And the thing that the thing that I've heard that I latch onto more than the victims accusing right now or whatever, I need to see more information on that. There's a lot of evidence that he was introduced to Melania through Epstein. There's a lot of evidence to this effect. Maybe we should do a deep dive.
You think that like she was one of the models that he had around?
I think it's possible. I think it's possible if you look at the time and the circles and the people they were all interacting with. And it's like we talk about
hearsay. It's hearsay. It's
all speculation. Not saying anything's a fact, anything's real here, but we're looking into things, right? We'll probably do a further deep dive on that subject. But here's the thing. People like Michael Tracy will tell you that it's all a satanic panic, that none of it is real. The Epstein files is big. Mass formation psychosis. Wow, where have we heard that before COVID? They want to use the reverse psychology example and say, this is too crazy to believe. That's not actually a big deal. They have to redact things because, things aren't right. And the American public doesn't need to know X, Y, Z. I actually think that we do, by the way, but they want to tell us there's nothing in there. They won't release over half the files.
No, 100%. I think the thing about this that bothers me the most is, you were talking about the fact that there are things in there that he could be implicated, not implicated on, whatever the fact is, or how big.
Sorry to interrupt. He told Marjorie Taylor Greene, he said, my friends will get hurt.
He's also his own.
The greatest. He's probably the best friend to himself.
Right. The best friend to himself would also get hurt.
He's the best friend I've ever had. This Trump guy, I tell you, like, if you know him how I know him.
Best guy I know.
Seriously.
But it's like, if there wasn't anything to hide, you wouldn't be gaslighting this hard. We've gone over that. But I think the problem here is the defending part for me.
Okay.
I'm seeing people Everyone else, they're like, well, everyone else can kick rocks and everybody else can burn. Yeah, that guy's
Sure.
guilty. That guy's guilty. That guy's guilty.
Not my
But
Trump.
but not Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
But not Trump. Which again, I have to give credit where credit's due. He's got people in such a good chokehold in terms of how good he is, in terms of his oration, how good he is at galvanizing,
yeah.
as like lovable guy, those types of things, to the point where they're like, he couldn't do it. That's the same reason why O.J. Simpson wrote a whole book. If I did it,
If I did it,
if I did it,
God.
right? Didn't get convicted. He had enough people and loyal fans, yet he was clearly, there were so many facts and evidence that it just didn't make any sense. But because OJ is OJ and he's got that personality, there's a nice thin layer of like plausible deniability that people latch onto because our brains want to feel comfortable. They don't want to trust that that's true.
It's weird, right? Because most of the time, human beings, they will prefer to seek out the negative over the positive, right? Like you'll look for bad news. You'll look for negative information. It reaches a point though when you've done so much good stuff in the public eye that people look at you as inspiring, heroic, brave. That even if you've done the worst things possible, they still look at you and they go, "Well, I mean, OJ won the Heisman. He ran for like 4,000 yards or whatever it was. Like he's the greatest ever. He would never kill this person." With Trump, got shot in the ear and survived. God likes him. Trump would never, eat a baby.
Hold on. Not to derail. I don't normally read the comments, but Illinois' record says prove OJ is guilty.
Oh, wow.
You are repeating.
If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. I guess that still works. Congratulations.
Dude,
Shout out to Johnny Cochran.
All right. Wait, Andrew, real quick, just try to find the book that OJ wrote, right? Let's just look at that very quickly. This isn't to derail so much, but like,
If I did it is crazy.
dude, OJ knows he did. He even, if you go watch some of his clips and his videos, he smiles and he's like, well, this is how I would do it. And he describes the exact scene, all the sequence of events, exactly how they happen. But he's like, well, you can't convict me again.
Double jeopardy.
And the only reason why he didn't go to prison for that particular thing is because he already got acquitted. He went to jail for stealing
He's got to be trolling. He's
got to be.
He's got to be trolling.
He's got to be.
It's good bait. Yeah.
Go ahead and yeah. Go ahead and pull that.
And the if is inside the eye.
Inside the eye, right?
Dude, you can't make this up, man.
I did it. Like, I didn't even see where the if. I had to look for the if, right? I just see I did it.
Wait. How many copies did this sell? I have to read it. I need it. I have to own this book. I have a big bookshelf. I need this. How many copies that we have to know? It's very important for the show. This is what the viewers want.
400,000. 400,000. Right?
Dude.
Who wrote the book? OJ wrote the book. All right, yeah, you're trolling me. I'm not reading the comment anymore.
Okay. 400,000 copies were produced. The books were destroyed after the project was canceled. So
okay.
He wrote the book. He had a deal for 400,000.
Well, would you put your life on the line to publish that?
I have to own this now. If this exists, if this is real, I'm going to find it.
Did anyone get a chance to actually read it?
Well, it looks like the Goldman family, the ones that won the wrongful death lawsuit, it looks like they put out an edited version of it. I want the real. They probably took out his funniest jokes.
That's insane. And he probably, and in that video, in that book, I'm pretty sure he details how he committed the murder so that people would understand. But you can't convict me anymore. Double jeopardy. Anyways, let's go back to Trump. I made the weird analogy, but the whole point of what I was trying to make
I agree with
was
you.
They are so
too big
galvanizing.
They're too big.
They're
to fail.
so good. They have such a good personality and charisma that it entraps you to believe that like there's no possible way that this person could do these things.
I don't give a fuck. Authored by O.J. Simpson. I'm just thinking about it. You'll never catch me.
You'll never catch me,
man. Okay, that's an endless joke mine. That's like Key and Peele. It's so funny. Oh man, but yeah, like I don't think it's a bad point at all. I think it's an excellent observation. It's just like these people, like we have to believe in them, right? Because that's all you got. All you got is Trump.
But here's the weird part, right?
Sure.
If this is Biden, right? Those same people that are like, there's no possible way. You just take the exact scenario, copy and paste it onto Biden. They'd be like, he's guilty as hell. He needs to go to jail. So it's a partisan issue. That's what it is. It's really a partisan issue for these people because you don't want to go against the grain. You don't want to go against what you've held to be your belief system for a very long time. And that's the whole point of the gray area. We're not subscribing to one side or the other.
Yes.
It's just about challenging the facts. Because when you stay with your eyes and you put your head in the sand, that doesn't mean reality isn't real.
I think the American public, and this is a very beautiful expression, it's one I like to use, the American public has been pissed on and they've been told that it's raining. And it's like you said, when you have your eyes closed and your head in the sand, like, hey, maybe it is raining. Maybe it is nice out. No, the answer is no. And that's why, like, ultimately, it's cutesy. It's fun. Oh, I'm up at the State of the Union. Oh, look at the people you have to clap for, the people that demand your approval via their own merit, not my merit, but you're really clapping for me when you clap for them. And then Epstein file.
Yeah,
it's just not congruent, right? Like,
yep.
This is what people are talking about. The real State of the Union is where are the files?
100%. 100%. There's nothing left on that video.
Can we go to Lutnick now? Can we go to
Sure.
Can we go to Lutnick photo removed from files in all caps on the island in the Google Doc? Because this is
second to last.
I've gotten pretty good at regurgitating this story. So it's the early 2000s. Lutnick. I live 9 steps away from Epstein's house. I go into Epstein's condo with my wife, and Epstein, he's got a massage table out in the living room. And I say, what kind of a guy needs to get a massage every day? And he says, the right kind of massage. So I looked at my wife, and my wife looked at me, and we said, I'm sorry, we have to go. And we walked out of there, and we said, we'd never be with that creep Jeffrey Epstein, who we live right next to, ever again. And then he's going to the island. He's bringing his children to the island.
Yeah, bringing your children to the island after he was already convicted is wild.
Yeah, that's
wild.
Yeah, that's like they drank invincibility potion. You can't touch him.
Mm-hmm.
Like Epstein's like and he's not actually doing good grief. It's so sick to laugh at, but you have to use humor, okay, to describe these things, unfortunately. But let's get that photo up. Lutnick, I never saw Epstein after we left. Me and my wife so horrified. Ooh, what's going on here? And they scrubbed this too, by the way. It was still viewable on another forum. People were able to get it. Okay, this is from the files. This is reposted by Massey. Massey says, I'm sure there's a good reason for this. DOJ removed this photo, what appears to be Howard Lutnick.
Is this him in the dark blue?
Yeah. What appears to be Howard Lutnick.
And that looks like an island to me. Does it not look like that to you?
That looks like Little St. James to me.
It does look like Little St. James to me. That is Lutnick on an island in some flip-flops.
Yeah, Epstein's wearing all white. All white. City boys up huge.
Who are these people? That's the real question too. That looks like Rob Kardashian, but no.
Well, they're all government bureaucrats now. They've been appointed to their new jobs. Probably. You know, if you
anybody in the comments know who the other two guys are in this photo? The guy in the white. Zoom in on his face a little bit. Anybody know who this guy is? He looks pretty ominous.
That guy's gonna send a Hellfire missile at our house, bro. Our studio is not gonna exist anymore.
And look at the guy in the red. Let's scroll over to him. Does anybody know who that guy is? Pretty young buck there. Anyways.
I want whatever hair transplant Lutnick got, because look at how his shit's gone, right?
You're right.
It's completely gone.
He went to Turkey, bro.
Yeah.
He got that turkey special.
And then he's got the full mane now. So very, very interesting. You know, there's always hope. There's always a silver lining. Maybe I can get a good hair transplant one of these days. But I mean, this is not okay. All right. This guy, he should not be a cabinet member. He should not be making governmental decisions. I mean, he bet against the tariffs, knowing that they would be struck down, and then profited off of it.
100%.
It's unbelievable.
Hey, your net worth is going to literally like 10x as soon as you get into these positions of power.
Well, and you think about it, and we talk about it, and we laugh about it a lot, but like the president should not have a crypto coin. Okay, like full stop. And anyone's like, that's outrageous. You're poking fun at Trump. You don't want Trump to be successful. He deserves it all. He got shot in the ear. It's like, well, no, actually, no. He's supposed to be the president. Okay, he's not supposed to be the Chuck E. Cheese owner of the country. It's like Chuck E. Cheese is the country, and he has all the tickets.
Well, maybe you should just get a Trump watch for $500.
You're right.
You know, even though it's like literally a drop shipped watch.
It's like you said, I forgot about the stock market, dude. Dow's over 5,000, bro. I don't know.
The stock market is at all-time highs. You shouldn't be paying attention to this. You have Trump derangement syndrome.
There's so much winning. I'm going to pass out and go into a coma. Like I'm going to die from winning. It's crazy.
Let's go to the next video or clip.
Let's go to WEF president resigns in disgrace, Epstein file, because it's the point that my dad's made, a lot of other people have made. You know, there is real action happening in Europe, at least, or at least real societal pressure.
Yes.
There's a
Britain's arresting people left and right.
There's a lot more societal pressure over there than there is over here. So this guy, World Economic Forum, we covered World Economic Forum. Of course, that's where all the big baddies go to play, the people that have the money, the power, the influence, all the heads of state. They go over there, especially in the West. It really is a Western conference, and they make plans about the rest of the world. Now, Klaus Schwab, the you will own nothing and eat the bug and live in the pod and you'll be happy. That's where he comes from. But the president of this organization, the WEF president, has resigned in disgrace over meetings with Jeffrey Epstein. So go figure, right?
Somebody asked for Viet Tim. I'm
nice.
All right, go ahead and try that, Wes. Oh, by the way, you guys don't know, we've got a new switcher. I'm certain certain people are in here that weren't here before. We are trying something out live tonight. Wes is now joined our team.
King Wes.
We really appreciate all the help from anybody who is with us. Andrew's still going to be with us. Don't worry. Don't cry. King Andrew is still with us. But Wes is going to be taking over that
we basically
role.
Have the Avengers.
Right. So, if anything messes up, it's not his fault. We're still learning these things. The software changed.
This is a light stream. This is a very light stream.
So go ahead and try it, Wes. Go ahead and pull up that WEF president resigns in disgrace.
And this is the thing. A lot of people who do these shows, they don't actually want to hang out with you. They want to, it's like, man, I need to stop ripping on Tim Pool. I need to pick other people. But they sit in the studio, they do the news blitz, they grift, they sell the coffee, and then they go, we're hanging out. Okay. And we're getting better at this. And as an audience, all collectively, we get to get smarter and gather more information over time, really become more professional. So you're really seeing us on the ground floor. You're going to be watching us for years and years and years to come.
You guys are going to miss these moments when it's like full blown production and we got like
very fancy,
a bunch of fancy stuff going on. You're going to be like, dang, I missed those days when Rupert just tore down the backdrop or, messed up the camera and Tim's got to get out of his seat and adjust the camera, Those small things make us organic and real. So I really enjoy these moments.
Yeah, when the dog takes out the whole studio, it's very nice. We like that.
Okay, let's go ahead and try pulling up that WF video. Wes.
The computer is our master.
Dude, I think Illinois is trolling. He's talking about free OJ and stuff out here.
You know what? Why not? Why not? He's dead now, right? He died.
He did die.
Yeah, he died. Yeah, free him. Free OJ.
Let me read some of the comments. It's been a minute since I've given you guys some love. T-Blood, I did see your comment. That's why I've got the
Thank you, Straight Smoke. Appreciate that.
Have a great show. We appreciate it.
Samantha had an interesting comment, I think. It wasn't that. She said something about Hillary being chosen by Kissinger and then Bill being chosen by another really powerful guy.
Well, I was asking who the guy on the left of Lutnick was. He says it's a finance guy on the left of Lutnick. The guy looks on the right looks familiar too. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're all doing the same thing, complicit in the same thing. All right, let's go ahead and read this. Let me pull it up so it gets a little bigger. Okay, here we go. Is this what you wanted?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and read it. World Economic Forum CEO Borja Brenda resigns after Epstein review. Brenda, who led the Geneva-based group since 2017, resigned Thursday following a review of his 2018-2019, a decade after the PDF file stuff, contacts with Epstein, including 3 business dinners and messages where he called him a brilliant host. The independent probe found no additional concerns beyond prior disclosures. WF leaders praised his tenure amid organizational growth. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
It's fake English. HR people hate people like that. Alois Zwigny. That's not even a real name. Just stop. So what's going on there? Steps in as the interim CEO while a successor search begins. amid broader Epstein document fallout prompting probes and arrests elsewhere in Europe. Thomas Massey says, CEO of World Economic Forum resigns. You're welcome. Got photos of them together. A lot of AI slop relating to this. But yeah, this is a big deal. Sadly, of course, we're not seeing governmental action. We're not seeing this person be arrested or anything like that. Not saying there's dirt on him specifically to warrant that, but with a lot of these people, with the people that are redacted here in America, I think that evidence is readily apparent. It's just there's a black box over it, so you can't see it. Whereas, at least in Europe, they lose their job, they have to resign. I just look at Lutnick, right? Lutnick went to the island, and he's in Congress. So
okay, so I just wanted to know. So World Economic Forum, WEF. I just wanted to do a little research and see what it actually is. So it's basically a private institutional organization found in 1971 by Klaus Schwab, and it is known for its annual meeting in Davos. That's the one that we all saw, right?
It's a think tank collective.
Brings together presidents, CEOs, billionaires, central bankers, and media leaders.
The club.
And guys, that's a very big deal. If you can get everybody into one room at one place, that's where business deals and decisions are being made, right? So what it does is it basically hosts those, publishes reports on economics, climate, tech, AI, global risk, and then it promotes public and private partnerships between governments and corporations. And the reason why it matters is it doesn't pass the laws, but it shapes the narrative and long-term strategies. So pretty much the ideas are basically launched there. It's like stakeholder capitalism, and often they show up later in government and corporate policy. So it's kind of like the origin point at which things kind of trickle down.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those big events where the people that are rich, famous, or powerful, they all go and they drink wine and they talk about how smart they are. Like that's what it is, and that's the real rooms where things get done.
Oh yeah, and it's a closed door event. Heavy corporate involvement, major global companies that are there. And they're basically, this is where it all happens. I mean, I'm sure there's deals that happen other places, but if you can get the world's most powerful leaders together and corporations, best believe you just got to go to some side
literally,
events.
it turns me into a communist, dude. It turns me into like a radical techie. Like I hate it so much. I hate it so much that these fat cats, these carpetbaggers, these pigs that have gotten rich off really the destruction of the West and the corporate capture of it all, they just get to go meet and like fan each other and tell each other how great they are. Meanwhile, we're all struggling. So it just grinds my gears a little bit. Don't really have a point there. Let's go ahead and get into the Iran stuff because we got a clear timeline here of stuff that I want to go through.
Okay.
Let's start with the peace talks ending without deal, the Geneva link there. And we'll just go down straight.
First one on second page there.
The first thing on the second page, and we'll just go down the list here, and then we'll wrap probably.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, pretty much. I mean, if you were invited to WF, wouldn't you go? I would go. I'll be honest. I wouldn't sell my soul, but like I would go.
Well, that's the thing is like what's the opportunity that's gotten you? Let's say like, hey, like you got like a cloud seeding company worth like $500 million. They invite you to go there. It makes sense that you would go there. Right? But like, oh, we want to get you to come. You're probably going to get raped.
I was about to say, they want me to drop the soap.
It's going to be bad.
Yeah, we're going to need the black guy to drop the soap over here.
We're going to need you to pass a test. Like, Russell Brand has to hold the egg.
Okay, we got this up. There. Okay, so what's happening here? So the U.S., Iran, nuclear talks end without a deal. I mean, it's all, I knew it was going to go this way. Go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and read it. Yeah, and this is the thing. It's like, this is exactly what happened last time, by the way. U.S.-Iran nuclear talks end without deal in Geneva. And this is my little mini version of a deep dive, but News Blitz deep dive. We're going to cover it. Indirect U.S.-Iran negotiations in Geneva concluded Thursday without an agreement, though Omani mediators reported significant progress and planned technical talks in Vienna next week. Trump officials, including Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, accused Iran of secretly restarting nuclear weapons work at sites like the knots hit in the 2025 U.S.-Israeli strikes while demanding full disarmament and zero enrichment. So we got a clip here at the end where they talk about how they destroyed it, but they didn't destroy it. It was obliterated. It was gone. It was completely blown into smithereens. You remember that?
Video? Yeah, no, I remember him saying that. But they didn't, right? Like there was still stuff.
Let's go ahead and play the Senator Toe's line. Well, we destroyed it, but we didn't clip.
Bottom of the second page.
This is a guy going on Fox News to defend the narrative. Let's see what he's got to say.
Yeah, Um, it's always the posturing there. Oop, something just glitched out there.
I mean, they're serious about it.
Go ahead and cut to us while you're.
It doesn't matter if it's fake. They're using it as a legitimate excuse.
As I said, we are working on getting people up to speed here, so don't mind any disruptions. We just wanted this to be a testing ground. You guys are here live while we're trying to have fun. We got a new switcher in the house. We appreciate King Wes. Ain't nothing about. You know, I kind of look like Ray Charles with. She gave me money when I'm in need.
Yeah, she a trifling thing indeed.
I really do look like Ray Charles with these glasses on. But anyways, let me see real quick. I'm gonna pull up the video real quick. I got a woman.
I look like I sell bad cocaine. That's what I look like right now.
As the Ayatollah is going to continue to try to rebuild the system that he said he wasn't going to do. That's why we ended the 12-day war, because they said they were done trying to build a nuclear weapon, yet they're obviously trying to rebuild it.
Right,
we're not going to let that happen.
If we obliterated it, we being the United States last summer, then why are you worried about it right now?
Because they're rebuilding it, and you can see them rebuilding it.
But it was
not
obliterated.
Enriching. Well, but it doesn't mean you can't rebuild. I mean, people have car accidents and obliterate their bones in their legs, and yet they can still put, they can still put metal back in them and walk again.
But I think if it was obliterated in June, how is it February, and we're now, as Steve Witkoff put it, a week away from Iran having?
Well, you get in a car wreck, you see, and you get obliterated, and then you put yourself back together again, and you're all right. It's like, what?
Wait, so what's his argument here, right? I think I got myself a little confused. So she's challenging him, right?
Yeah. She's saying, oh, okay, well, if it was obliterated, then how are they about to build another nuclear weapon? which makes a lot of sense, right?
Excellent question.
Now here's where I'll defend Trump. Okay, here's where I'll defend Trump. And really, him saying it was obliterated and going on the warpath on that was like the best choice out of a sea of bad options. Because if you say it wasn't obliterated, if you say he didn't do a good job, then you got to do more strikes, you got to do more war.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But if you say it's obliterated and you say it's done, you get to kind of force an end to the conflict because you come with that overwhelming military power. You drop the big bombs and you just kind of pull out. It's kind of like a shot. It's like you break into someone's house, you just punch them and you run out the door. And you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. And then it
got him right in the face.
And then it can be both chalked up to an isolated incident and can also be like looming over you, like we might do it again. But there are three main nuclear sites. There was enriched uranium in centrifuges, I think, in Fordow. And it's like on record, they got that out of there before they dropped the bomb, basically. So like they have enriched uranium. They do have fissile material. However, they have a religious fatwa, a religious decree. They're not allowed to make a nuclear weapon. And if you think about it, we don't want them to have one.
I don't want them to have one. I'll be honest.
For their own interest in the region. Shouldn't they have had one years ago?
Not the hill I'll die on. I mean, I know where you're going with the statement.
I'm not
just
saying
because
it's
of
good.
self-defense. It is a self-defense aspect, right? But like, honestly, I don't think anyone should have nukes. But honestly, nukes are a deterrent, right? Like, if we didn't have nukes, the big powers would probably be in a bunch of little conflicts with each other. And somebody would like throw a bomb in New York City like last week.
I don't have the clip. We'll have to play it on next show. I'll remember for Sunday. People remind me. There is a clip of Mark Levin on Fox News in like 2023 or like early 2024, whenever it is. And he's like, well, I mean, we have nuclear weapons, and if we're threatened, if they kidnap our people, we will use them. And it's like, what are you talking about?
Nah, you won't use them for that.
Well, we'll play the rest of it.
Nukes are like literally the last option possible. Go ahead and play the clip.
I don't know. I can't speak for Steve. I haven't got those reports, and I've been read in on some of these programs, and so I don't know what Steve was looking at. I don't say he's wrong or right. I just haven't seen those reports. I do know that the president said that they had 10 or 15 days. The president doesn't bluff to stop pushing forward with rebuilding their nuclear sites. And by the way, if it takes us removing the Ayatollah from keeping the nuclear program from moving forward, then that's not off the table. But we would prefer diplomacy. The reason why the president has put so much resources in the region is because he wants options, and Chairman Kane is providing those options for him.
Okay, so what that means is we get to threaten people with impunity whenever we want, with overwhelming, massive military options. We will destroy your entire country if you do not do exactly what we say. And I think they go, we're going to do what you say. We're not going to make the nuclear weapon. We don't even need to enrich uranium. They said they'll let Russia do it. Right? That's their offer. We say no. We say that you're rebuilding the sites, even if you're not. We're going to bomb you.
No, okay. So I want to. There's a part of me that wants to believe it, but there's also a big part of me that knows that we have a ton of intelligence and inside information, and we've got agents on the ground. I really feel like Iran hates us so much that they would still think that they can get away with it and be sneaky.
No,
dude,
no.
These people, right?
Man,
they had years to prepare for an attack on their nuclear facilities, right? So they like built these underground bunkers and all these different things. If there was nothing at all, then we wouldn't even be bothering it. But the last 3 administrations have had the same issue with Iran.
Well, they threaten Israel's interest in the region, so they have to be disposed of. And Wesley Clark talked about 7 countries in 5 years. That's the last one to fall. It's not them going. They're not going to hit us with the ICBM. They're going to hit Israel with ballistic missiles, and Israel doesn't want to be hit, so we have to go to war.
No, but what I'm saying is that if it weren't the case for the last 3 administrations, even Obama, actually, 4 administrations.
Well, I like Obama's Iran policy, actually.
Right? Like
I'm a fan.
We're going 4 administrations back to where this has been an ongoing theme, where it's been a cat and mouse game. Where there's smoke, there's fire. It's not there's.
I don't know about that.
It's not that there's nothing there. There has to be something there for us to be able.
They fund Hamas and Hezbollah, and
there's that. I'll give you that.
And Israel funds ISIS and Al Qaeda, and it's a factional war. And they have regional interests, and Israel has regional interests. It's like we always say on the show: there's no good parties. Right?
We did the same thing with North Korea. We tried to do the same thing, but we don't have as much information on North Korea. So our only option at that point, really. Also, because North Korea can defend themselves too.
Well, that speaks to the point of why they want a nuclear weapon, or why they would.
Well, and they have one now, right?
Yeah.
Like it's pretty much unspoken. But North Korea has a nuclear weapon.
They have 80. Yeah, I think they have 80.
They have 80.
Yeah, they have 80 warheads.
They're not going to use them, right? They're just using it as a deterrent. But
the point is to have them.
The point is to have them so no one messes with you.
But the clips I've seen of Ben Shapiro and Levin, the stuff coming out, is now not just about the nuclear, but it's Iran can't have ballistic missiles that can reach Israel. That's the talking point that
I just don't like it. It's an Israel issue. I think.
Well, but it is like it's the Middle East.
We're making it I'm saying like the United States is making it as well as Israel an Israel issue. But at the end of the day, I don't even know. If we never got involved in the first place there and we just let Iran and Iraq kind of like fight it out and duke it out and those types of things, would we be still having the same issues today?
You go back to the 90s and even before, we funded Saddam Hussein's invasion of Iran. We were a big part of that. So we've wanted them gone forever. So like having the same amount or more of military assets in the region that we did during the Iraq invasion, it's very terrifying to me to think about because here's the thing, right? Like we're talking about these things and then we're having a discussion, a mild debate on it. We're like, hey, like maybe this is good, maybe this is bad, maybe it's a mix, whatever. There are people that genuinely just cheer for war. And they're just they're just like, we got to go in there and drop the bombs. We got to see them burn. And like, that's what we abhor on the show. I'm very anti.
And both of us can agree on the fact that we both don't want war.
Don't want anybody to die.
We don't want anybody to die. And honestly, what I think it is it's a battle between the governments, not the people.
Sure.
Because the same thing that we talk about, like how, like you and I don't hate Iranians, right?
No.
The average person out there doesn't actually hate Iranians. They don't even know enough Iranians to even hate them to begin with.
Right.
I mean, so the same way that we feel about that, the Iranian people feel the same way. Like you can go watch videos right now. People who have been to Iran recently, they're on the ground.
A lot more modern than you think.
They're super modern. Like they have actual cities with like lights, people running around, having fun, those types of things. University, those types of things. And they're like living peaceful lives. They're not like in crime-ridden cities in certain aspects, but they're like, we don't hate the American people. It's our government that has an issue with America, and then they push an agenda. And so the governments of America and Iran want us to hate each other when there really is a middle ground to this, right? if there wasn't the radical Islam part that could potentially get out of hand, then I don't even know if any of this would be a problem. But like that I think that's the part, is like, are we so afraid, or is it the oil? Like I get so confused.
Here's my thing. I don't like the hypocrisy of it and the schizophrenia of it, because I view Israel as a theocracy. I view Iran as a theocracy. If these places are going to have a religious system of government, then it's our job as a place that has separation of church and state to not get involved with any of it.
Well, it depends on what they do with that practice. So like, for example, you're going to say, well, Israel's doing X, Y, and Z.
I will.
I know this. I'm already anticipating. I'm already anticipating.
I'm in my listening space.
Okay. So what I'm saying here is, when it comes to like Judaism and all those things, and the Jews in the religion, it's not an aggressive religion in itself. If you're just reading the Torah and you're just practicing it as a normal person. We have gone extensively through the Quran and Islam and the things that are in there, to where even though not all the Islamists are, all the people who practice Islam are doing the things, there's enough of a population that is radical enough to where like Islam as a whole left alone can be more of a problem than just Christianity or
I would say.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say Old Testament's plenty radical. I would say there's a lot of murder and blood and death, and
we're on the New King James version and all these other versions that have pretty much.
My argument is that without the fulfillment of the New Testament, if you look at the Old Testament in a vacuum, without Jesus, you kind of have a system of where you do have an ethno-state, you have a religious nation. Over time, that nation either gets punished by God or is used by God to punish another nation that's not being congruent to God's values. So when they say Palestine is Amalek, well, in the Bible, they kill the men, the women, the children, the animals.
Yeah, but we don't. Here's the thing. It's said, but there's the practice of it doesn't exist anymore.
I
like
disagree.
Most churches right now, you've got the classic Christians, right, who kind of go to like Catholics or something like that. But then you've got like non-denomination churches. They don't read the Bible in that aspect to talk about the.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about domestic United States Christians. I'm not talking about Jews. I'm talking about Israelis, and I'm talking about their religious practice in the sense of how they run their government, right? Like Netanyahu literally said on video into a video camera, "You are Amalek, like they are Amalek, and we will destroy them." So, like, how is that not theocracy? And then the Iranians, if you don't wear the hijab, bonk you on the head. How is?
Okay, so I think it's I think it's two-pronged, right? Everything that happened in 1948 when the UN decided to withdraw from that region, and you had the conflicts between Israel and Palestine and the Nakba and all those different things, set a negative chain reaction of events, right? To where that region has never stopped being conquered and going to war. I think in itself, if you just look at the Jewish people and you look at the Iranian people as a whole, most of them just want to live peaceful lives. I think, again, it comes down to the government systems in themselves, right? But there's less people in a Jewish culture that want to go out there and practice jihad and do terrorist attacks. Like, if you just look at a majority of terrorist attacks, it does come from Islam. It's like saying, if I ask you who does most of the crimes in America, you can clearly distinguish what group does that. Like I can throw myself that black people will do that.
I would say there's biased reporting. I would consider the actions taken in Palestine to be terrorist actions. We disagree on that. It's whatever. We can agree to disagree. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Can we play Huckabee meets with Rabbi who wants war? Can we play that? Very important religious leader in Israel.
Where is
this?
that?
Is the U.S. ambassador. It's on the third page. Actually, no. It is on.
Huckabee meets with Rabbi who wants war clip. Like I said, but that's a person that doesn't represent the people. That's also comes into my macro level.
I disagree. I like it's a very strong.
It's like
over there.
Think about the Pope. The Pope doesn't represent most Christians.
We looked at that poll, man. 62% of them consider them to be Amalek.
I gotta look at that poll.
The Penn State poll. We'll go ahead and play this when we have it.
And this is the beautiful part about the show.
We spent 2 days here now, and almost everyone we've met with across the spectrum within the Jewish community, that's where we've been meeting, none of them have expressed any fear about going into bomb shelters or ballistic missiles from Iran. Every one of them universally has said to us, you must be excited to be here. You're going to have a front row seat to the miracles that are about to happen. When you speak about the resilience of the Israeli people and what they've been through for 2 years, they're not in fear. At least those who we've met with across the spectrum have all expressed this faith and almost, I don't want to describe excitement, but they've had a front row seat to miracles for 2 years, and they feel like they're about to see the next chapter of it. And they ask you, aren't you excited to be here for it? You must feel so grateful. You're going to see the...
What's your take on that, Tim?
Okay. So my take on like not even going specifically on the words itself, but like the actual, if I just look at the situation, whoever was in charge of Israel in that region during that time period and decided to push all the Palestinians out of the region made a mistake, and also taking more regions and territories than they should have when the UN decided to carve it up, which technically the Arab countries said we don't even agree to the UN charter that they put together. The problem is once you pushed them out, then you had enough Arab people that were so pissed off that they would never let Israel live in peace. And that's not necessarily on the Israeli people. It's the government at the time that made the choice to basically like, okay, we're going to get up in arms and we're going to take all of this. So when I look at the situation now, because we're like 60 plus years into the future, it's an ongoing fight in which I'm not sitting here trying to defend the Israelis because they technically kicked off this negative feedback loop. But I think they're getting to the point where like you and I don't know what it feels like to have like neighboring countries always wanting to bomb you because you did take the land that wasn't your land. And so rather than just being like, well, we're going to give it up, enough generations have passed to where they're like, well, we don't want to give it up because that was a decision that was made when I wasn't in control or whatever, but this is actually my home.
It's
very difficult in that situation where like you actually have somebody who's making a claim like I actually used to live in this region, and then you also have the country that said, well, we already took it. And then they're also having other countries that are like trying to basically throw bombs constantly. I mean, that's the most conflict-ridden region for a very long time. They've had war after war and conflict after conflict. And at a certain point, the Israeli who's like, well, I just want to live in peace is like, we'll just go like hit the terrorist first so I don't have to be worried about a bomb dropping on my head. And I think that's what it really comes down to. And it's just that negative feedback loop. And it just makes the Arabs even more angry.
Well, some would call it a self-fulfilling prophecy. And that's kind of like one of the most dangerous things in life. What's happened in that region's kind of a microcosm of it. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah,
that's totally fine. My point with all this isn't it a bit weird that like the religious leader meets with the ambassador and he's like, we're ready for it. Just please, we're ready to go in the bomb shelters. Just let's let it begin. Let the strikes begin.
Yeah, and all I'm saying is that attitude comes from the fact that like we don't know what it feels like to always constantly be on edge, that like a missile can like drop on your home, or that you have sirens constantly going on, because Hamas was still launching missiles for like the last 10 years, right? Going back and forth. And they have
I think
a doctrine.
The same can be said of them. No,
100%.
I can't.
But I'm just saying it goes down to that negative feedback loop to where now both sides are like, well, we're just not going to concede on anything because of the fact that no one wants to actually completely let go of the situation.
Let's go to Netanyahu talking about nukes. That's the clip that's right underneath this one. Let's get that one ready. We'll play some of these out. We'll cover the Tucker Carlson reaction to the buildup of forces. We'll probably wrap. It's been pretty good. Thank you all for being here tonight. Really appreciate everyone who's here. Here's the thing. If you're not following Truism Tim on X or Gray Area Talks on X, after the stream, please go do that. Really helps us out. Helps us get better guests. Helps us grow the show. Helps us grow our platform. We really appreciate it. If you're watching live on my X and you're not following Tim, or you're not subscribed to the Gray Area YouTube or Rumble, highly recommend you go ahead and do that. That way you can watch us on whatever streaming platform you choose, the streaming platform of your choice. And it's easier to watch us when you're doing other things on your phone on YouTube or Rumble.
100%.
If not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year. It could be within a few months.
They have
the wherewithal, the stored up, preserved knowledge to make a bomb very quickly if they wanted to do it.
Iran is so dangerous. Weeks away from having the fissile material for an entire arsenal of nuclear bombs.
They're very close. They're 6 months away from being about 90% of having the enriched uranium for an atom bomb.
Iran is gearing up to produce 25 bombs, atomic bombs a year, 250 bombs in a decade.
Ladies and gentlemen, time is running out.
Iran will be capable of producing alone, without importing anything, nuclear bombs within 3 to 5 years.
If not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon.
Pause that. Go ahead and cut back to us.
All right, I rest my case. I don't have anything else to say.
Good video. I will concede on the fact that, like, how are you going on for like almost 20 years
30 years
saying the exact same message, and it just is like, are you guys just gaslighting at this point, or have you guys just been making them restart? Have you guys been destroying the region so that they couldn't do it? But I think there's more to the story that is even that hasn't been reported, right? Like, I think there's more things that Israel's not talking about, United States isn't talking about, and Iran is not talking about. And the fact is that we're not part of these conversations and these higher level decisions. So it really is a battle of the governments, like I'm talking about. It's not a battle of the people. And that's the biggest thing that I want people to take away from this. I don't like when we lump groups and just say, well, they're all complicit because their government,
I'm talking about the
because their government has done
government.
it. Well, no, I'm just saying, like, right now, there's nothing to be said about the fact that, I'm sorry, there is something to be said of fact, like, a lot of stuff that's happening on social media. There's a frenzy against the Jewish people, right? Like, I don't have any personal gripe with Jewish peoples, but I'm not also like sitting here being like, well, I'm going to go kiss the wall. I'm pretty neutral on the situations. I'm just saying that we attack the group without understanding the nuances.
I think the anger comes from all the videos of like the dead little kids and the bombed out hospitals and all the fun happening in that region, and then them saying none of it's happening.
Well, and it did start there, right? With the whole Gaza, Palestine, those types of things. Like, that was what led the trickle down effect of people talking about Israel more and more and more and more again. But it comes down to my same argument. It's really the government, and the government controls the soldiers, and they decide what happens and where they go. The average person that's just watching TV like you and I, or just, chilling or relaxing, the average Jew doesn't have any say over those things. And honestly, a lot of them didn't even agree with certain things that Netanyahu was doing. He was on his way out.
Yeah, but now he's not.
But now he's not, because the war has made
popular.
Yeah, the war. Well, it's not even. I mean, he's still gonna get kicked out once the dust has settled.
He was supposed to go to court all year last year, and he got out of it completely. Now there's no mention of that at all. He's just used it to entrench his power.
It's the same thing Zelensky does, right? Like, Zelensky shouldn't be. They've avoided elections this entire time so that they could stay in power.
He's literally a dictator, and then he's like, Putin is dictator. Putin does not have election. I haven't had election in 2 years. Why do I need election? I am Zelensky.
And that's why my main thing is like, guys, we need to start attacking the actual problems and not just mass attacking the people. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Not every single person, like you and I, don't even agree on everything, let alone we don't even agree on everything with our government. So there's no possible way that we could say all the people of Israel are complicit in this particular action.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm not saying you. I'm talking about, I see it a lot on social media, and that's why I preferenced it.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's close out with the Tucker clip. Carlson begs Trump for no war in Iran. That's page 2. We'll close out with that one and more Tucker. You good with that?
Yeah. And T-Black, I'm going to answer your question. Tim, they blow up little kids on purpose, and they laugh and stand on business, bro. It's not the Israeli people themselves, are just the regular people who just go to school, get up, go to work, those types of things. It's the people you see on TV.
They do protest
that are
it.
at the same that are controlling the narrative itself. When Howard Lutnick goes on and talks about something, does he represent Rex and I or you out there? No. There are people who have more power that get enjoyment out of certain things. People literally say, we want death to America. I'm like, why? I didn't do anything. My government did that. Same thing. Simple as that.
Let's go to Tucker if we got it.
And then, if Trump doesn't strike Iran now, history will never forgive him. If you don't have a war with Iran, history will never forgive you. Probably depends on who writes that history. But hundreds of millions of Americans will forgive you. They'll be grateful to you for pulling us back from the brink of something we don't need and don't want. And then, if Trump doesn't strike Iran,
this is fine. There should have been a longer one.
Oh, it's only 20 seconds?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Go ahead and play the Moore Tucker. The Moore Tucker one is longer for sure. We'll close out with that. We'll have a little discussion about it and wrap up the stream.
Yeah, so
it's very complicated.
It is very complicated.
And
that's why I try not to just make blanket statements. Sure. And a lot of people today, in today's day and age, make a blanket statement. They also make it publicly, and then it creates a nice spiral of information, and people latch onto the first piece of information and they take it as fact. That's the whole point of the show, guys. Like, it's just not to just go with the mainstream idea and just really look at the nuances and the layers behind it. Because when you attack a group, you're just saying everybody's complicit when it's not even true. It's no possible way. So we appreciate every single one of you guys that is in here watching. Is this the video?
Yeah, this is it.
Okay, let's go ahead and watch.
Everybody knows the only reason we're having this war is because Israel wants it. This is their last chance, they believe. This presidency is the last presidency where they're going to have unequivocal bipartisan support. Period. You can't primary every Thomas Massey, and there's a whole army of them coming at some point because everyone can see what's going on. And you can shut down X, and you can just shut down the internet. You can be like Great Britain and arrest people who protest Israel, but attitudes are not going to revert to what they were 5 years ago. Sorry. And they know this. So this is their last chance. What's so amazing is that Israel, which at least is acting in what it perceives to be its own national interest, is joined by its shills in the United States, of course. But really, its only other ally in this is the American news media, whose job it is to tell you the truth and inform you as to what's happening, to tell you, hey, wake up. The world could be changing, and it's going to affect you and your family. That's their job. And instead, they've been lulling you to sleep with the same variety of transparent lies and propaganda.
I love Tucker. I used to not like him, but maybe that was because he was part of the system, and now he's kind of out doing his own thing, and he's a lot more free with his speech than he was when he was on Fox.
And I think a lot of that energy comes from being able to make choices for yourself and being independent. And like that's how I think the American people feel about this, is like, we are going to pay for it, regardless of the situation or the setup of the situation or what led to it. We're going to foot the bill. We're going to spend the billions, and we have endless billions. We can print more and more money, whatever we want to say. It's another thing on America's tab. And that's not what we voted for. Okay. We voted for no more wars. That was the campaign promise. So sitting here today, not even just looking at what's happening with the Iran situation with Israel, looking at what's happening in Ukraine, looking at the Venezuela situation, looking at brewing future conflicts with Russia and China together. It's just, we're in an angrier world, and it's not what I voted for. And I'm very upset about it. That's all I got to say tonight.
Yeah, let's all go black pill, guys.
Woo! It's okay. Turbo white pill, unicorn land, everything will be amazing. We will all fly. So.
Nimrod asks, what thoughts on Tucker 2028? He won't do it. Yeah, he won't do it.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Like, why would you give up like the best job ever, where you have tons of political pull and influence, to like being a politician is actually a very weak position.
True.
It really is.
You actually have to be succumbed to the system itself. And you have to answer to things.
Whereas you get to be outside of the system.
All right, let's read some comments before we hop on here.
They want the resources.
Sorry.
Whole world, no borders. Fleet currently in striking distance of Iranian missiles.
Synagogue of Satan. Science. Signon bonus. Dow is 50K. Oh, he's saying sign-on bonus. Dow is 50K. Not a whole lot going on. You guys just chatting with each other. This is great. So, yeah, we're probably going to wrap this stream up early tonight.
Yeah, thank you all for being here.
Thank you guys
for figuring out new technical stuff, building the team, refining the team, making things work better.
Yeah, I've been running on fumes today. I have no caffeine, nothing. We will be on Sunday. We will have a special guest. Go ahead and
we're gonna have Kyle Seraphin on, FBI whistleblower, frequent Alex Jones show guest. He's gonna be on with us. We're gonna ask him a lot of questions about the bureaucracy, how it actually works, what he thinks about the global situation. Is Trump implicated? Is he not implicated? What's going on? Kyle Seraphin joins us. We're going to have Owen Schroyer next Thursday. He's just going to pop in 30, 45 minutes, but he's going to come on our stream. And we're going to have to start like a little bit earlier, I think like 6:30, if you're cool with that.
That's fine.
And then Sunday, we're going to have Harrison on. So we're going to have InfoWars lineup next week and Sunday. Very cool. Like you say, jam-packed, 100%.
Next week is going to be very fun, very interesting. We got a lot of things we've been working on and behind the scenes. Like I said, for everybody who's been here from the beginning, we appreciate every single one of you guys that's in here.
Yes.
You guys are at the grassroots. You guys get to look back at these times when we've been struggling with the streams and figuring things out. But like every single person that is on our team believes in us and we believe in them. And honestly, every single comment that you guys give, when you guys repost, when you guys comment, when you guys give a like, those things actually impact us. Okay. So we really
impact us
appreciate
hugely.
that.
And your presence is a blessing. And we really appreciate you being with us here tonight and all the other nights you've joined us. Thank you for watching the Gray Area.
Just remember the S&P 500 is at all-time high. So you shouldn't care about, you have to go to work tomorrow, just like me. So S&P 500 at all-time highs, that's what matters in life. And, you can't afford to eat in groceries and things like that. But the S&P 500 is at all-time high. So.
And that's America first.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, take us offline here, guys.
Modern life has left us out of balance. Long ago, it was once said, certain remedies could grant a man the vitality of a horse. For over 6,000 years, these natural remedies have been harvested and tested by generations. Why create complex formulas when nature's roots are still in our hands? Try Primal Core, ancient remedies for modern life.